Hello, everyone. My name is Bart Durham, and I'm happy to be announcing the event we're doing today. Last night, Cindy, my wife, will be married 10 years this next Tuesday, and she's from South Korea. Her mother and her family were immigrants. The Chinese took over North Korea, and it made it a communist state. So many years ago, her mom and some of the others, her mother was a young girl, they were making slaves out of the females. And so they walked from North Korea to South Korea in the wintertime, hiding from the Chinese soldiers and traveling only when they couldn't be seen, 100 or 200 miles in January. And so her mother and father met there in the refugee camp, and her mom has done a real great job, and the family is really nice. I don't know a better family anywhere, sweeter, nicer, kinder, more accepting of me. And Cindy and I have been married, as I say, 10 years next Tuesday. So last night she got her master's degree in English. She grew up speaking Korean. She majored in Korean at a university in Seoul. When she came to the U.S., you can imagine how much English you speak when you major in a course in another country. But over the past few years, she studied and learned her languages, and she enrolled in Belmont. And last night, she got her master's degree in English literature, and she had an undergraduate degree in English at Yonsei University. So tonight and today, we're celebrating. And we're making this video to send to her family in Korea, her mom and her brother and others, and it's just show how proud they should be of their daughter. So I'll now introduce Blair Durham. He's a lawyer in Nashville too. I'm his father. And my whole family just adopted Cindy. They just loved her from the beginning. So I'll ask Blair to come forward now. Thank you.
Well, first of all, let me say I am so incredibly proud to have Cindy as my stepmom, but I'm really proud of her for getting a master's in English literature, with English not being her first language. I think that accomplishment, I try to think of myself getting a master's in Korean, and to be actually honest with myself, I know I could never do it. And so it's super impressive, and I'm super proud. More so, I'm super blessed to have her in my life. When she and my dad first met, I had never seen him that happy. And I was just so relieved, A, that he finally had someone in life that he could be his true self with, and B, someone that I could tell he deeply loved. And I'm very fortunate in my own life that I have a great wife and family, and I know how important that is, and I feel eternally grateful to her for allowing my dad to have that. I don't think he ever really had truly been that deeply in love before in his life, and so it just gives me immense joy. And I'm so thankful for your daughter and your sister, and she was beautiful in her cap and gown, and it was just a beautiful ceremony. So congrats to Cindy.
Hello, Korea. My name is Rich Cassidy. I'm a lawyer at Bart's office here in Nashville. I've known Bart about 20 years. And in that time, I've known Bart have a great life, but it didn't get special and truly meaningful until he got together with Cindy about 10 years ago. And we are so lucky to have had her in our life. Everyone that is involved with Cindy is better for it. And I know that through speaking with her how important education is to her family. She's told me about attending Yonsei University, and she's so proud of her brothers and her brother and her sisters that have also gone through school, that I know how important it is through listening to her stories to the family back home in Korea, and of course to her mother, to have her children educated. And so Cindy was so excited to start down this path of getting her master's degree. And when I first asked her what it was that she was studying, she told me she was doing English literature. And quite frankly, I was shocked that she would take on such a tremendous uphill task. I can't imagine trying to study Korean literature as an English-born person. But she did it. She worked so hard. And I know you folks back home know the stories of it. But I can tell you that I've been over at their home many times with a pile of books downstairs in the study for Cindy to go through that night when she got some free time. And for her to persevere and do such excellent work and to make such a great path for herself through Belmont University, it's just amazing. And we're so impressed with Cindy and so inspired by her to take on something at that level and to do so well with it. So we're so proud of her. I'm so happy to be part of the celebration this week. I hope you folks back home have been able to get some idea of the joy that having Cindy in our lives has brought us. She's an amazing person. She has a master's degree now. So we're super proud of her for all the effort that she took to do that. And I've got a daughter, so I know that doesn't happen unless there's a family supporting her from the very beginning to talk about and to instill in her how important education is. There's a lot of things in life that we can do to achieve, but nothing more important than educating ourselves and being the best person we can be. So Cindy did it. She took that challenge on. We have a saying here, she knocked it out of the park, which she absolutely did. And we're so proud of her and so thankful to have her in our lives. And I'm so thankful as a friend of Bart that he has her in his life. I hope things are well in Korea. Thank you very much.
I remember meeting Cindy for the first time and just really recognizing how gracious and kind she was. And nobody deserves to have this sort of accomplishment on their record more than her. You know, she works really, really hard and does all the things that are asked of her at any time. So that's something that I remember about Cindy.
So I'm Taylor. I'm one of Bart and Blair's friends, and I met Cindy, I guess 4 or 5 years ago, maybe for the first time through them, and I was really impressed with how she obviously loved Bart and doted on him, and the way she talked about Haley. And then I was an English major in college, and I heard she was starting this program at Belmont, and I was kind of fascinated by that in so many ways, that somebody like Cindy was going to take on this master's program just to better herself and learn about things she didn't know. And I was just been blown away when I've talked with them over the last couple of years. She and I would talk about different authors and literature, and she was teaching me things that I had never known. I was just blown away by it. I think it's just incredibly impressive and inspiring what she's done, and that this accomplishment is something that's genuine and real, and something she and you guys should be very proud of.
할머니, 이모, 아니야, 큰 이모, 작은 이모, 삼촌, 안녕하세요. 엄마가 학교 끝나서 너무 행복하고요. 보고 싶어요. 바이.
하이 엄마, 오빠, 그리고 큰언니, 작은언니. 어제 저희가 졸업식을 하고요. 이렇게 기념하는 정심을 먹으면서 사진을 찍고 있어요. 저한테 모든 것이 다 필요해도 우리 가족의 사랑과 가족의 서포트가 없었으면 여기까지 오지 않았을 텐데 저한테 그런 걸 보여주시고 또 헤일리가 그걸 보고 여러 가지를 많이 배우고 저희가 함께 있을 수 있게 해주셔서 감사드리고요. 크게 인사할게요. 절하자. 안녕하세요. 감사합니다. Bye. I'll be in February. 2월에 한국 갈게요. 그러면 그때 만나요. Bye.